Good morning. I'm Debbie with Tailored by Debbie, and we are in Craft Around the Clock today. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have been shared into the group. I've got to share myself in today. So let's get over here. Say hello as you're coming on in. Okay, let me see. Share group. I'll just get myself shared over into the group. There we go. It says I've been shared. We'll see. Okay. Let me go over to my personal page because she may have done this from my personal page and share from there too. Hey, Denise Fertucci Gross, how are you this morning, sweet friend? Okay. Just making sure I've got myself shared over into the group. This week, Tracy has us sharing ourselves in. So I'm doing that first. And I'm going to do it from my personal and my business page because I'm not sure. Hey, Ruby, how are you this morning? I'm not sure which page she approved us to do this from. So, Craft Around the Clock. Let me do that. Share from there too. Hey, Lori, how are you this morning? Okay, let me go over to the group and see if I see myself over there. And then we'll get started, y'all. There's the group. Okay, I'm in there. I'm in there twice. Okay, just wanted to make sure, guys. Y'all come on in. Come on in. All right, guys, I've got one of the Dollar Tree pumpkin frames, and we're going to do something different. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you letting me know, sweetheart. We are live in Craft Round the Clock. My name is Tailored by Debbie, and we have crafters all day long. So make sure the link is in my description box. Yes. Oh, it is early morning, Nancy. My goodness, you're up. You are an early bird for sure. I'm not normally on this time of day, but I've got a busy day on tap. We are going to a meet and greet later in the week. So I've got a lot to get done today. So I signed up for an earlier spot. Hello, Rosebrook Cottage. Good morning. Okay, guys, we are going to add some pipe cleaners to every one of the pumpkin ribs. And the way I do this, the way I figured out this morning to do is fold it in half, put it over the pumpkin rib. Okay. Then you're going to bring the two, we put it over the pumpkin rib, just kind of bring it up. And then you're going to take this one and bring it through this side. And then take this one and bring it through that side. Then it won't slide back and forth or up and down your pumpkin frame. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. Hey, Irma, how are you this morning? Good morning. So I'll show you again. Fold it in half. Put it over that pumpkin rib. Okay, then you're going to come and bring both pieces of the pipe cleaner up like this. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Pat. And then I'm going to take this one and cross over that way. And I'm going to take this one and cross over that way. All right. Then it's secure. It's not going anywhere. It's not sliding around. Not going to slide around. Hello, Caffeine. Thank you so much for sprinkling. That helps us out so much, honey. And that 5-star rating, I appreciate that so much. Okay, so over the pumpkin rib. Hello, Anna. Hello, Lori Payne. How are y'all doing this morning? Y'all ready for some crafting and chatting? Okay. We're going to put one on all the pumpkin ribs. Thank you so much for sprinkling us out. And y'all, if you have a crafting page, you are welcome to come in here on your crafting page. Good morning, Babs Shirley. How are you this morning? Y'all are welcome to come in here on your crafting page. And please follow all of my crafty sisters. It really does help us out. Helps the Book of Faces realize that you like what you see and that they might want to push our content out to somebody else too. All right, so I've got them all on the bottom. Hey, Sandy Mom, honey, are you still in the hospital? How are you feeling this morning? Hello, Peg. Yes, Lori, come in here. Come in here on your business page, sweetheart. Okay, over the pumpkin rib, and then we're pushing it, just pushing it to the outside of the pumpkin frame. And then I'm just crossing over on opposite sides to make it really secure. Hello, Glenna. How are all y'all doing this morning? Everybody's up early and going. I'm hoping JT's down there making me a hair appointment. Our hairdresser doesn't come to work until like 9 or 9:30. And I want to get my hair done before I leave to go out of town if I can. If not, I'm just going to go with it the way it is, right? Okay. Hey, Brenda, it is early for me, sister. It is. I've got a busy day on tap. Hello, Kimmy. Good morning, my friend. So I'm going to show you something different to do with these pumpkin frames this morning. We've used some scrap fabric in the last couple of weeks. We've done scrap fabric. We've done the beads. We made beaded pumpkins. And today we're going to use the rolled burlap that you can pick up at Walmart or Michael's. Just about anywhere they sell crafting supplies sells that rolled burlap. I'm going to be using the ones from Walmart. It's a 30-foot roll by 5.5 inches wide. And they are about $4.50 a roll at Walmart. So this is not an expensive craft. Hello, Mary Snyder. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. And gentlemen, if we got any gentlemen in here this morning. Okay. Let's do it this way. Good morning, Vonda. Good morning, Unforgiven, over on YouTube. Hello. Why are you unforgiven? You can be forgiven. My Jesus, he forgives everybody. All you have to do is ask for forgiveness, and he will forgive you. All right, guys. This is the rolled burlap I was talking about, okay? It's a Mainstays brand. They have it over in the floral section at Walmart. And, of course, the pumpkin frame I got from the Dollar Tree, but they also sell them at my Hobby Lobby. They're a little bit sturdier from Hobby Lobby. And last time I was at Hobby Lobby, fall was 40% off. I don't have one of those to show you because I had so many of these already. I didn't buy any more. But if you can't find them at your Dollar Tree, go check at Hobby Lobby because they sell them there too. All right, so I'm just kind of straightening up all of our pipe cleaners. We put one on every ribbed top and bottom of the pumpkin. And now we're just taking off that little piece of string that was on there. And I'm going to take this burlap and kind of fold it in half. I'm going to open up my bottom farthest one on the end. And we're just going to stick that burlap through there. I tell you what, let's kind of gather it. You see how they come folded over? We're just going to gather that maybe about 3/4 of an inch from the edge. And we're going to stick it down here on the bottom. And then we're going to take that twist tie and we're going to twist it. Good morning, Karen. Hey, Marcia. How are y'all doing this morning? All right, we're just going to twist it. And then we're going to take this burlap It's about 5.5 inches wide. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just taking it, kind of folding it in half, going up here to this next pipe cleaner, and we're going to gather it in that pipe cleaner. Okay, so we're just wrapping it the best we can around the edge, and then coming up here. How are you, Karen and Marcia? Are y'all doing all right this morning? There. Okay, so that's all we've done. We put it in both ends. Now what we're going to do, we're going to unroll some of the burlap, and then we're going to fold the burlap in half, and we're going to go between the ribs. Okay, we're going between the ribs. Y'all see what I'm doing? Hello, Chris, over there on YouTube, and Skylar. Well, I'm glad you have, Skylar. I hope you are inspired by this craft I'm doing today, and you may want to try this. Okay, so we just went through that, and I wrapped it twice. Actually, I don't think we need to wrap it twice. We're just going to wrap it once. We're going to wrap it once, and then we're going to come up here to the next pipe cleaner. No, we do. We do need to wrap it twice, y'all, because we need to cover that wire at the top. So we're going to, let me show you what I did. We went down, then up, and then we're going down again. So there's 2 layers. 2 layers. That's how I did it. I've done one already, and I've just got to remember how I did it. Now, what you don't want to do, you don't want to cover up your pipe cleaners. You want to leave them sticking up because we're going to be using those. And then once you have it covered twice, you're going to come down here on the bottom and go to that second set of pipe cleaners and give it a good twist. Okay, then you're going to go in between the next set of ribs. Up, and then down, and then this time we're going to end at the top. And there again, make sure you have your pipe cleaners sticking up. So fold it in half, and then we're going to end up here on top. We're going to put it between these 2 pipe cleaners next to the stem. Okay, right now we're just wrapping in between the ribs. Hey, sister, how are you? Very inspired. Watching your videos reminds you of your grandma. Well, that is awesome, Skylar. Y'all, I am live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you have a YouTube, you ever watch YouTube videos, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel over there and follow us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Etsy. And we're the same name everywhere, Tailored by Debbie. All right, so I went down. Now we went up on the back. Remember, we want to cover that frame. So that's how you know if you need to go down one more time. You're going to wrap it around the frame and then go down one more time. And then we'll put it in the next set of pipe cleaners right here. Okay. Just filling in the space between the ribs to start and on the end, that one end. Okay, so we're going to do it again. Just unrolling our burlap as we go. And then kind of folding it in half. And we're going to go up. Cover this. Make sure you don't cover up your pipe cleaners. Cover your wire. And then go down. And see, we got that bare wire, so we know we got to go up one more time because we got to cover that wire. So we're going to go over the wire and then back up one more time, and then we'll secure it. Each time you go back up and secure it, you're going to move over one more time to the next pumpkin rib pipe cleaner set, okay? Hello, Vicki. How are you doing, honey? Over there on YouTube, I see you. Hey, Diana. Hello, Midwest Angel Boutique. Hey, Sherry. Hobby House Crafts by Sherry. Did I miss anybody? I'm over here looking at my pumpkin. 50 peeps in the house, and we've got several over here on YouTube, too. Thank y'all so much for joining me this early in the morning. Like I said, we've got a busy, busy day on tap. I've got my mentor group at noon, and then we've got a bunch of stuff going on at the Taylor house. Okay, so we're coming in between these two. Here, and then you're going between the next set of ribs. In between. Now, if you don't have the rolled burlap, you could use the deco mesh, maybe just fold it over. I've not tried this method with the deco mesh, but I guess you could just fold it over twice, and it might be a little bit bulkier. You can use fabric, cut fabric strips, kind of like we did with that last pumpkin from the tablecloth. I got a tablecloth at a thrift store, and we did something similar. This is actually easier, y'all, using the rolled burlap. And like I said, I got this at Walmart, and they now sell it for about $4.50 a roll. The pumpkin frame came from Dollar Tree, but they also sell them at Hobby Lobby. So if you can't find them at your Dollar Tree, go look at your Hobby Lobby. Okay, we're getting down to the end again. So we're going to be doing the last edge. See how quick this is? Thank you so much. Hey, Shay. Hey, my cousin, Gail. How are you? And Aurora, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, now that we're on the end, we're going to take that burlap and unfold. You know, we don't want to have it folded in half over the edge. We're going to take it and just pull it over that end. And then we're going to attach it to this bottom set of pipe cleaners down here. Find it easiest if you just kind of take the pipe cleaner and move it over there. And you want to pull it as tight as you can get it while still having that folded in half over that outer part of the frame. Okay, I love that y'all are talking to each other, saying good morning to each other. Now we're going to twist like that. So this is what we have so far. And y'all see there's a little gap here, but I think it's going to be all right once we do the next step. Okay, now we're starting down at the bottom. And what we want to do, we want to bring the burlap between these two bottom pipe cleaners. Okay, bring them through that. And you're going to go up to the top, bring them through these two, and then you want to twist. This one you don't twist because we already twisted it when we attached it after doing the side edge. You just kind of put it between them. And then make this fold over the rib, and then you're going to twist up here at the top. And I'll show you a really cool thing we can do to kind of hide these pipe cleaners once we twist it. So pull it over that rib and get it as tight as you can get it while still covering up that rib. And then pull it tight and twist it about 4 or 5 times. Now we're done with this top pipe cleaner, so we're going to cut it off. If you don't have wire cutters, you can use scissors, but just know it'll dull your scissors if you do. You can pick up some inexpensive wire cutters at Dollar Tree in the floral section, or you can buy these online. They are in my Amazon favorites. On my Facebook page, I have an Amazon favorites photo album or an Amazon storefront. And you can get to both of those by going over to my featured or about me section on Facebook and go to my link tree. And my link tree has all of my social media sites, including the Amazon favorites stuff. Okay, so now we cut that off, kind of just tuck the pipe cleaner out of the way. And then when you fold it back over, hold on, I got a rogue piece of thread over here. When you fold it back over, look how neat that looks on top. You can't even see the pipe cleaner. So we're going to pull it down. Now, when we bring it down here, what I like to do is take the pipe cleaners and kind of pull them to the back of the pumpkin. We're going back over that same rib again, y'all. You want to go over it twice. because then you can't see it at all. See that? You can't see that wire, the pumpkin wire, at all. And then we're just going to twist on the back side. Okay, bring that pipe cleaner on the back and twist it. Pull that burlap tight and then twist it. And then I do it about 4 or 5 times, then cut it off. And then just take that pipe cleaner and kind of stick it into the wreath on the back side. Just kind of tuck it up in there like that, and you won't see it. Now, we're going to fold this burlap in half, and we're going to go over to this next pipe cleaner on the bottom. And when we fold it in half, I like to take it and kind of flip it so that rounded part of the burlap is facing up, because that's going to make a neat little, almost like a design detail on the bottom of your pumpkin. So we're going to do that each time as we transition from one rib to the other. Fold it in half, and then go ahead and twist it just a couple times. But see how cool that looks on the bottom? It's just kind of a little detail, just like that on the bottom. It'll be like that in between each of the pumpkin ribs. All right, so now we're going to take this and go over the rib again. Come up to the top. Now it's just rinse and repeat, y'all. We're doing this until we get to the edge. Till we get to the edge. You're still looking for a pumpkin wire? Sister, have you looked at Hobby Lobby? Have you looked at your Hobby Lobby? They had them 40% off at mine. I'm hoping this week they might even be, down to 50% off. Okay, pull it tight, twist about 4 or 5 times. Okay, then you cut that off. And then I just take that little piece of wire and just kind of stick it on around. And then we're going to take the burlap and flip it down and go over that rib again. And it makes that look so neat on top when you do it this way. No, but it's fuzzy. The pumpkin frame? Oh no, is it buffering? I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's go ahead and twist a few times. I want to get done with this part so hey Sarah, so we can, check and see, sister. If not, let me know, and I've got some extra. I can send you one if you can't find one at Hobby Lobby. Okay, now if you're wanting to do the beads, the Hobby Lobby ones are a lot thicker metal. I've not made a beaded pumpkin on the ones from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'm just folding that over like I did a minute ago on the bottom and twisting. Twist it a couple more times. We're going to cut it off. I should have brought that further over onto the back, but I didn't. Okay, so it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We're going up. Bringing it over that wire. Okay, and then pull it as tight as you can get it while still keeping it kind of centered over that pumpkin rib. That'll help you a lot on the top. If you don't, you're going to have to use some hot glue or something to kind of shape the top of the pumpkin after. Ask me how I know. But if you pull it really tight, you don't end up having to use the hot glue to kind of shape the top of the pumpkin. All right, I'm just kind of pushing that pipe cleaner down. And then we're going to take this burlap and flip it down again. Because see right now how you can kind of, doesn't show on camera as well, but you can kind of still see that wire. But if you do 2 layers, it does a really good job. Since burlap has all those holes, the little squares, If you don't put 2 layers, I was noticing you can see through it. Okay, now I buried my pipe cleaner. Oh, Tootie Fire. I cut that one too soon, y'all. Let me think about this. I sure did. Okay, let me think. Because I cut that one too soon, I'm gonna come through that hole right there with this burlap and then go over. I should not have. I hope I can get this through there. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get this through there. I don't know if I can or not. So I cut it really short. And I'm not sure I can get that in there. It's not going through there, so we're going to have to undo. We're going to have to undo this one and try to get it in there. You don't want to cut that bottom one until you come back down. And I forgot. Okay, let's see if I can untwist. Ooh, that's going to be small. But we're going to do it. We're going to get it in there. Push this down. Pull it tight. I think we can twist it, y'all. It's going to be tight, but I think we can do it. You have a pumpkin frame and you didn't know what to do with it, Cathany? Well, sweetheart, I hope you can find the rolled burlap. They sell it at Michael's, but the ones at Michael's, I think, are only 15 or 20 feet long, so you would want to pick up 2 if you want to do this, because you just barely have enough with the 30 feet doing it this way. Okay, now let's go over to the next one. You have FOMO? Oh no. Shay has been making some beautiful, my friend Shay Shed, excuse me, Shay Shed in here. She is a resin queen, y'all. She has been making some beautiful creations with her resin. Now this might be just a little bit short. I don't know. Sometimes the rolls don't have quite 30 feet on them, or sometimes I'll have enough to do it all the way, and then sometimes I won't. So I do have a roll of scrap down here that I can use. I've got an extra roll over there. Okay, 2, 3. Remember not to cut the bottom one until you go back down. Yeah, I think we're going to run out, y'all. We are. So get 2 rolls to make sure you have enough. You can always use burlap, y'all, in your other crafting. Now I can cut that top one off and tuck it. Just tuck it down in there, then pull it really tight. And I suppose you wouldn't have to go over these twice if you didn't want to. You could just do it once and have the wire showing through. If you did that, you would only need 1 roll. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Just going to need a little piece. So if you're going to make more than 1, you know, you could buy 1 extra roll to use. Yeah, we're going to run out. That's okay. I've got extra. So we can cut this one off. I know this part's kind of boring watching me do it over and over, but I wanted y'all to see the whole process. I've got one behind me already done. As y'all know, I like to kind of get my ducks in a row sometimes when I'm trying a new technique. And this is a new technique. I've never done it with the rolled burlap before, but y'all, I'm loving it. She is the resin queen. So y'all, like I already said earlier, if you're not following any of my friends that are in here on their crafting page, please give them a follow. And if you're over on YouTube, subscribe to each other's pages. It really does help. If y'all have a page where you post videos, subscribe. Go over there and like the videos on YouTube and on Facebook. Do anything but a like. Do a heart or the care, the hug. because that helps us get more engagement points when you do that. And dropping comments on our posts really helps us. Sharing, sprinkling us out on both places, that really helps us out. Okay, do I have enough? I have enough to go back down, but we don't have enough for that last rib. So we're going to need to use a piece on that last one. I've got an idea. I think I want to try to turn this one into a scarecrow. And for that, I think I'm going to want to use some more burlap anyway, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So if you want to do the scarecrow idea, get 2 rolls of burlap, because you can't really attach the eyes and stuff the way this is right now. Whoa. Okay. Did I do it again? Did I cut that again, y'all? That's okay. I'm just going to come over here and attach this one, because we got to piece it anyway. I'm going to attach this one over here to the beginning piece. I got fuzz on me. Just going to bring it over here. I'm untwisting that very first twist, and I'm going to come back in to that one and put a piece of burlap. Put this last piece of burlap in there too. Okay, we're not going to cut this. I'm going to cut this off. I'm using my pinking shears. I don't know if it'll help it not fray as much or not, but I used my pinking shears. So this is how far we got. We just don't have that last rib covered, okay? So let's get another roll. This is our second roll. And this is what the tag looks like. Well, see that? It is 5.5 inches by 30 feet. And this is the Walmart brand, Mainstays. That's where I got it. Okay. So now, since we got so much bulk right there, I'm going to start at the top with this piece. And come over on the back side. And I'm going to leave the tail long because we're going to tuck it up underneath all this other burlap. So I'm just going to twist it back here. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to stick that in the back, just like that. See? You can't even hardly tell we pieced it, y'all. All right. So now we're going to go over. I did not cut the pipe cleaners yet because we're going to go back up one more time at least. So this time, we're going to cut the bottom off. And then we'll go over that rib. Just kind of tuck that tail where it's going to be covered up with burlap. This tail, we're just going to tuck up inside. Let's see. Just going to tuck that. All that loose burlap, I'm just going to tuck up underneath where I'm folding it over right here. Just kind of stuffing it in here. I might even put a little bit of hot glue on all these cut ends, all these little burlap ends. I think I'm just going to take some hot glue. Finger protector for sure. I'm just going to fold that down. All those little frayed ends. It'll all be kind of tucked up in there before we fold that last piece of burlap up. Ooh, that's hot, even with a finger protector. Okay, so I just kind of wadded it all right there. And now I'm going to take this piece of burlap and we're going to fold it over that so you won't even see it. All that messy burlap. And then we can bring it up here to the top. leave an extra long tail again. That's probably what I should have done on the bottom, y'all, was left it long. But I think I ran out. I didn't have an option on that one. Leave it long so you can just tuck it up inside. Let's see how we look. Let's see. Trim that off. So if you wanted to just make a pumpkin wreath, you could do it like this and then put your flowers and a bow in the middle and make a pumpkin. So simple to make a pretty pumpkin wreath using burlap. I think this looks so cool, y'all. Just like this. Now I'm going to tuck those ends. Now to do the scarecrow, I'm cut across a straight piece. Since we have these indentions right here, I don't think that it's going to be easy to put like the eyes and the nose. So what I thought we'd do is take a piece on the back and kind of tuck it under. Just going to tuck it under back here. And I'm going to put some over the ribs like this. Okay. Because I want to make a scarecrow face. And I need it to be flat. Okay, let's see if I can make a hole to put. I just made a hole by sticking it through those holes to put the middle through. Okay. And then I'll do one more. So we're making it flatter where we can put a scarecrow face on it. See what I did? And I'm just going to leave it on the sides. I think. I don't know. Maybe I should do it all the way. Let's see what it looks like. All right. Let me look at it. I think I'm going to do it all the way. Okay. But I'll probably do those last two separate. So I'm going to cut this off. All right. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and just kind of secure that piece that we put in. I'm just going to put some glue where we start it and where we finish it. Because you kind of have to pull it to the side back here to get it to wrap tight. I'm just going underneath. See, I'm going under what we wrapped already on the back. I'm going to go under again, under both of those. And then I'm just going to kind of tuck it down in under those other pieces. And then I'll just secure it a little bit on the sides right here with some glue. Because I don't think it's going to come apart. Hello, Ray. How are you, sweet friend? Hello, Becca. Oop, should have my finger protector on. Okay, so that's making it flatter where I can add my little scarecrow face. I want to do it on each end too, but I'm going to do those individually. Let's just kind of fold it over, stick it down in there. Just put a little bit of hot glue to secure it. And then I'm going to pull it down, one on each side. Cut it. I'm leaving it long on purpose so I can have some to tuck back here and pull tight. Let's go up under all that stuff. There. Pull, see right here where it's not real tight on the edges. So I want to pull that tight and then tack it down back here with some hot glue. Now you could use fabric tack. If you're going to have this outside, I would use this rather than hot glue. If you're in a climate where it gets hot in the fall or you're going to be storing it in your attic where it might melt, I would use the fabric tack instead of hot glue to do any gluing. There we go. Okay, I need to pull that a little bit tighter, y'all, still. Gotta pull it tighter. So I don't want it loose on the edges. I want it, to look like a pumpkin. So just tack it down on the back side anywhere you feel like you need to. One little bit of glue here, and I think we'll have this side. Yeah, that looks so much better. See how much better that looks when you pull it snug? Oh, y'all, I like this even just for a pumpkin wreath. It looks cute even just doing it like this to make a pumpkin wreath. Where am I located? I'm in Northeast Georgia, Skylar. Northeast Georgia. All right. Y'all drop in the comments. Where are y'all from? Let me know where you're watching from today. There's a large group of us that are going to Charlotte, North Carolina for a meet and greet this week, and I'm really excited. I'm going to get to meet several of y'all for the first time. I'm getting to meet Sweet Ray and several other ladies that I haven't met before. Grace with the Pouncy Bling Queen. Grace Faithful Creation, also known as the Pouncy Bling Queen. She's going to be there. I've never met her. There's several people I haven't met, and of course some that I have that I'm getting to see again. So I'm really excited about that. We're going in on Thursday, so I'll be heading that way on Thursday. JT's not going with me this year. I'm just finding a place to tuck this stuff on the back. Doesn't matter what the back looks like. Just want to get it good and tight. Tuck it, tuck it. Okay. Pull that part a little tighter. It helps, I think, if you start tacking it down with glue, because I'm just pulling on it and it's not staying. So I'm going to start tacking it. Tacking it down with some glue. Let's just tack that right there. And then we're going to get to the fun part where we get to decorate it. We've got about 20 minutes left. Again, if you are not already in Craft Around the Clock, please be sure to join the group and follow all my friends that are in here on their business pages. Oh, I would love to meet you, Sweet Peg. I'd love to meet every one of y'all. I wish everybody could go because I would love to meet all of you in person. All right, I'm going to tack a little bit right there on the front. Yeah, a little bit right here, just to make sure these stay put. On the edges, there's some stitching where it's a little bit thicker, and that's the part I'm putting glue underneath, just right along the edge. Not much, just a little bit in the middle on each one, because I'm hoping that'll help keep it from shifting around. Okay, now I'm going to tack this down a little bit more. Ooh, that's hot, y'all. Use your finger protectors. Let me see. My parents loved their food. We brought them from the 200th. Our church had their 200th anniversary, and I did post my group link for the Tailored by Debbie group of faith, and that was Sunday evening late. I posted the link. If you haven't joined that group, it's a private group. It doesn't cost anything to join, but I post our church services in there, and a lot of my friends post inspirational things. It's a place for you to share inspirational posts or church services and things like that. Okay, let's see. But if you want to see that 200th celebration, it was a lot of fun. We had a special group sing that was called Tugalo Holler, And one of the guys' nicknames in the group is Pork Chop. They were so good, y'all. They did bluegrass style um, gospel music, if you can, imagine bluegrass and gospel style. All right. Hello, Pat. You're from Southwest Mississippi. All right. Skylar, why can't you? Oh, I thought you said you wish you could go live. Well, maybe one day you'll get to. Hey, Glenda. Hello, Brenda Zollinger. How are you? Ohio, Kentucky's in the house. We got South Carolina, Illinois, Texas, Massachusetts, and my cousin Gail's from Michigan. Y'all, speaking of Michigan, we lost our sweet Jan Drury. She lost her battle with cancer. So y'all please be in prayer for her husband and her family. Because that's going to be such a hard time for them. Hello, Rose. All right, guys, we've done this. So I want to use some felt for the face, and I thought I would just freehand cut. And I'm going to use my pinking shears because I think that'll make it kind of whimsical. And I'm going to cut just simple triangles for the eyes. Just freehanding it. Okay, so I'll just use my little pinking shears. Jan was a big supporter of a lot of the crafters. She always came onto her lives saying Michigan, onto our lives. She would say Michigan in the house, and I'm sure going to miss her. She started following Doodle's page first out of all of us, y'all, and she was with Doodles from day one, and she's been a huge supporter of all of us. So look how cute this is going to be. Okay. Now for the mouth, I've got some black rickrack. We gotta glue these on. But see what I mean? If we didn't put some burlap over the frame, I was afraid that we wouldn't have any really place that was good to attach our nose. We're gonna use the rickrack for the mouth. Okay, I'm just gonna cut a piece of that off. Yes, y'all please remember, I believe her husband's name is Doug. And he's really going to need our prayers. They lost their daughter this year too, so he's had a lot of loss this year. I'm gonna get choked up talking about it, but I can't help it, y'all. Sweet dear lady. All right. I like that y'all are talking to each other. I appreciate each and every one of you spending part of your day with me. Time is precious, and it means a lot to me that you're here spending time with me as we create a scarecrow out of the pumpkin dollar frame. Now, y'all, you can also do this with white mesh or white fabric and make a snowman wreath. So get you some extra pumpkin wreaths while they're still available, because it is heartbreaking, Becca, it is. We're going to make a snowman wreath too soon. So using these pumpkin frames, so try to find you some while they still have them. Okay, I'm just putting glue on the rickrack, doing kind of the middle first. Let's see. About 10 more minutes. We have an hour today, y'all. This is a special week where our segments are an hour long and we're sharing ourselves into the group. It's called Casual Week over here on Craft Round the Clock. And Tracy works so hard. I think I need to cut a little bit of that one off. Got it a little longer over here. Let's see. There we go. What do y'all think? Is this looking like a cute little scarecrow face? I probably should have Well, I don't know. I was saying I probably should have put the nose the other way, but it's okay. It almost looks like a jack-o'-lantern to me, but we're gonna start making it look a little bit more like a scarecrow. So we're gonna add, where did I put it? Oh, right here. Some raffia hair. Okay. Gonna add some raffia hair. You can buy raffia anywhere they sell craft supplies. Sometimes Dollar Tree even has it in the fall. But definitely Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they have it. Okay, let's see. How do we want to do this? I'm going to put a hat on it so I don't have to worry about it being perfect. I almost think the easiest way would be to sew it, y'all. Let's see if I can find my big blue yarn needle. Well, y'all. Who wants to come and clean my craft room and take your pick of all what you want? I'm hiring, and your payment is whatever you want out of my craft room. Ah, I have all these big needles and cannot find not one of them. Are you serious? Look what I just found that I could not find yesterday. My rubbing buff, the crafting gremlin has now hidden my needles, y'all. They've hidden them. They're usually right here. Here's one. Here's one. I found one. Found a needle. And we're just going to use some twine. I think my sweet friend Lyndall put this in my swag bag at our meet and greet that we had in June. Take it through the stem. I may have could. Thank you, James. JT got me an appointment tomorrow morning at 9:30 to get my hair done, y'all. Yay. Okay. Now my sister Doodle gave me some of these bead threaders. So that's what I'm going to use to get this, hopefully. I don't know. This might be too thick. This stuff might be too thick. Might have to do it with a pipe cleaner. That'll work if I can't get this in here. This is too thick. Okay, we're going to use a pipe cleaner. Let me show y'all. You just thread it. If you get you a yarn needle or a big embroidery needle, you can thread it through this and then sew on the burlap by just sticking the needle through, pull the pipe cleaner through. See what I did? And then we can just lay some of this down right here and secure it with that pipe cleaner. See that? Because it's hard to glue this big wad of raffia. But we can do it with a pipe cleaner. Much easier, y'all. And this will be hidden by the hat, so it doesn't matter. I got 8 minutes. Okay. What I'll do with my wire hangers? They are. So cut that off. Just don't drop that needle. I'll tell them y'all said hello. Hello, Amber. How are you, sweet friend? And now we're going to just bring this over here to the other side. Cut the hair over here. And then I'm going to take another pipe cleaner and secure it right here. And then he's gonna have some wild looking hair, y'all. But that's okay. Scarecrows are kind of wild looking, right? Yes, keep Doodles and Roger in your prayers. Roger is going for some testing on Wednesday, October 1st, which is tomorrow. He's going to have a biopsy done, y'all. He's been having hoarseness for a long time, and we need y'all to remember them in your prayers for sure. We've got some things going on, also some unspoken prayer requests. Would y'all please keep them in your prayers. We'll share more as we find out more, okay? Just not quite ready to share that yet, but we've got some things going on. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to do one more pipe cleaner here. You could try to just stick the pipe cleaner through too, y'all, but it's easier to do with the needle when you have this many layers. But pipe cleaners do work great because the wire is small and it's easy to thread. Hey, Cynthia, thank you for those prayers, y'all. And continue to remember our sweet Kathy Branham. She lost her Eddie, her husband, just a short while ago, and she's still really struggling, y'all. She's really struggling, so remember her. Got a lot of people in need, and I know there's probably many of y'all that need prayers, so just lift up. God knows all the needs. Lift up prayers for all those in need, all the unspoken requests. Some of y'all may not want to, don't feel comfortable sharing in a public forum like this. Just know God knows your needs and He hears your cries. He cares about you. He loves you more than you can ever think or imagine. He's kind of homey looking, isn't he? Okay, for the hat, y'all, I'm going to show you this real quick because I probably won't get it finished. And I'll put some bangs up under the hat. I bought this table runner, and it's got stains on it. I bought this from a thrift store. So we're going to take this and kind of measure across how long we want the hat to be on the front. Like this. And then I'm just going to cut it with my pinking shears. And I'll have enough to make more than one hat. That's not my pinking shears. Just going to cut it straight down. Now, if you don't have a table runner, you can use fabric. But I wanted to use this because it's double layered. It's got fabric on both sides. And it's already got that sewn edge that we can use across there. And then all we have to do, let's see. Okay, I'm going to cut it at an angle, kind of in a triangle. So what I'm going to do is fold it in half, and I'm going to cut from the bottom corner up to the middle and make kind of a pointy hat. So let's do that. We're not gonna cut the bottom because that is a nice sewn edge for the bottom of our hat. So I'm just gonna start it, and then I'm gonna cut one layer at a time because it's too thick to cut them both. But I folded it in half, and we're just making a big triangle shape. Okay, so I cut that one. See that? I don't know if you can see where I cut it. Now I'm gonna lay it down. Use that for a guide to cut the other one. We can use these smaller triangle pieces for some other craft. Okay. Okay. Now I left just a little bit there on top. We can take and stuff this with polyfill and then just sew the edges together or use glue. And I'm just going to use glue. So I'm going to take some polyfill. We're going to stuff it. Not real full, y'all. We're going to stuff it some. Just going to make it look like a hat. And then I'm going to take, I could have sewn it, y'all, but I know a lot of y'all don't sew, so I'm just going to use hot glue. And we're going to pinch this together on the side. And the rickrack, cutting it with the rickrack kind of makes it look whimsical, doesn't it? Y'all, I just got a couple of minutes. Be sure at the top of the hour just to refresh your page. The next crafter will be there. So I'm going to glue it down on both sides and then kind of flatten out the polyfill, make it even. And then I'm going to take it and kind of glue it